Attorney David Bianchi has been recognized as one of the country's most successful lawyers in fraternity hazing cases, and it does feel as though we're seeing more of them. He is joining us live tonight. Appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
So there are growing calls, as you have seen, that a number of colleges and universities should abolish Greek life. I think we should start by saying not all Greek life is bad, but these cases are horrific and turned out to be deadly. Do you think that something like that would happen?
No, it's unrealistic. We need to do what's realistic and possible. I've been involved in these cases for 30 years all around the country. There have been over 60 fraternity hazing deaths since the year 2000 all around the country. It's an unimaginable number. But let me tell you what we need to do to stop it. Every university has an anti-hazing policy. Every fraternity has an anti-hazing policy, and it's accomplished nothing. The universities can stop it if they do the following. Number one, they need to expel everybody involved in these incidents within 30 days of the incident, and they need to expel everybody who holds an office in the fraternity chapter where the event takes place. If you do that, the fraternity members will be their own police patrol because they don't want to be expelled, or alternatively, nobody will sign up to be an officer in a chapter. But the universities are unwilling to expel the people who do it, and therefore they feel like there's no consequence, so they keep doing it.
Why do you think the universities aren't doing more?
I've seen it all around the country. They're not doing it because they're afraid of the consequences of expelling these guys, because the parents will hire lawyers and sue, and my attitude is, so what? And they're afraid of the fraternity alumni, a lot of whom are well-connected and give money, and they're afraid that they'll cut off the money flow to the university. And my attitude is, so what? The university will survive without them. But you can have every seminar, every policy, admonish people. They give them slaps on the wrist. They make them write letters of apology. It's useless. You have to expel the people who did it within 30 days and expel every officer of the chapter within 30 days, and it will stop.
And there is another layer to all of this, right? I mean, 44 states have laws that prohibit hazing, but not many states go as far as making hazing a felony. So why don't more states take hazing seriously, and would that make a difference?
Let me tell you, my principal office is in Florida. Hazing's a felony here because I wrote that law, and it does make a difference. I had a recent case here in Florida, and within 60 days of the incident, the state attorney prosecuted 9 guys who were involved in the death because they made the young pledge drink an entire bottle of wild turkey, and he died. And they all went to jail. And I can tell you, it is changing behavior. Why don't the other states do it? Because there's not a big enough push to do it. But it needs to be done.
Well, there is a push, though, right now in the House, a bill introduced pushing to criminalize hazing on a national level. If passed, would that work? Would that help solve it?
It would help solve it. Yes, it would. Yes, it would. But I think even more importantly than the criminal statutes, because they're only as good as the district attorneys and state attorneys who are willing to pursue the charges. And I could talk to you for an hour about horrific acts of hazing where people died, where nobody gets prosecuted.
Oh, it looks like we may have lost the attorney, David Bianchi, but we got a lot of good information there. And as it stands, that bill in the House is now working its way through committee to address criminalizing hazing on a national level. It is a deadly and dangerous problem across this country. We'll continue to follow it here on News Nation Prime.